Yo.
What's poppin', people?
What it do? Welcome back to another episode of
Brooklyn Boyz Radio. Y'all see this nigga attitude already. He mad hype, mad anxious. Just look in that bottle.
This nigga stupid. This nigga crazy.
That's all I want to say. Look in that bottle.
What up, though, man?
I'm good. Look, he talking like he from LA.
Oh, my God. Yo, this is what he's going to do the entire show now. like
this nigga, bro.
Everything I say, he's going, oh, look what he just said.
Yeah, look at this nigga, man.
What it do? 4th of July is coming up, man.
Yeah, I'm out of town. I'm leaving.
See? And I ain't even get an invite. He's going to invite me the day before he leaves. Like, what is that?
Yo, but he always know he welcome, man. Like, this nigga, I don't know why you coming at me for. You always welcome to come out, bro. It's up to you, bro. You know, you never accept the invitation before. So
because you always ask me on Thanksgiving. Like, I can't leave my daughter alone on Thanksgiving, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? 4th of July is a different story. And she got friends now. So.
Yeah, so she gonna leave you.
My daughter's outside. Yeah,
she gonna leave
basically.
You. So, it don't matter.
Wow, that's true. So now...
You really by yourself.
Be for Dolly on Thanksgiving. Like,
yeah, I'm about to walk up the show, bro.
Wait a minute.
Yeah, this nigga really by himself.
How's your week, brother?
I was good. I'm just watching this criminal nigga walk into the fucking spot. Look at this nigga. That's dusty ass Kenny. We got punk ass Shanice. Oh, we got a new big Dusty in here. A big ass Dusty in here today.
Shanice, hey?
Nah, not Shanice. Dusty, big. They said, yo, look at stinking Moya and Essa. I said, Moya. Yeah. Shout out to Woodstack and pussy ass Swab. What do we call Paul? I call Swab.
Swizzle.
That's what I call you normally,
no,
Swab?
I call Swab Swizzle.
What I call you?
Dusty ass Swab. That's
Dusty
what you
Swab. All right, Dusty ass Swab. Fuck it. Yeah, but nah, my week was cool. My weekend was, unfortunately, I had a memorial service to go to. That was a little crazy. So I had to go to that. My brother and sister, their grandmother passed away.
My condolences.
You know what I mean? From my father's side.
How old was she?
I want to say she was 91. But she was like real instrumental with me and my brother upbringing. You know what I mean? She treated me and B.O. real well. So that was crazy. So shout out to Miss Donalds. And then my cousin grandmother died. You know what I'm saying? Grandma. And she was 96. So shout out to long life, but it's still hard losing somebody, you know what I mean?
Of course. Like, you know, you're grateful for all these years that they were here, but at the same time, like, you know.
Yo, you know, so crazy. My mother's mother died in 94. My other grandmother died in 96. But I remember when she passed away, man. You know, that shit was just sudden, though, like, because she was fine. Like, my grandmother, me and her play fight, still run around after each other. She go shopping, you know what I mean?
I'm trying to picture that in the head, in my head. You and your grandmother play fight.
Yeah.
So like you were suplexing her and body slamming her?
Nah, she just chased me with like knives and shit.
She would chase you with knives?
Yeah, because I'd come in and like kiss all on her face. Come off of me, man. Come off of me. Grab her breasts and run and shit like that.
What?
Because, you know, when I was growing up, the running joke in the house is that I love breasts growing up. So when I see her, I always hug her and be like, yeah, he's still mine. And she'd be like, come off of me. And then she'd start kissing me. Yeah.
I don't know, Styles. I don't know.
That's what happened.
Yo.
Yeah, that's what happened, you know.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's it, you know what I mean?
Pretty much.
I always do shit to fuck with her, you know, just jog her up, like get her tight and shit, you know what I mean? She started chasing me. And she just died all of a sudden. And I remember like that, she had breast cancer, which most people don't get breast cancer at that age, you know what I'm saying? And she didn't want to remove the breast. So they gave her like radiation. They didn't want to do that neither because she was too old. They'd rather remove the breast.
Because her body couldn't take it.
But her body took it and she was fine. And 6 months later, that shit just came back.
Came back with
That shit came back. And I remember having a conversation with her. She's like, yo, I want to go back home. I feel like there's a tonic or something that I could take, some herb or something. She said, this thing just feel like it burst in my breast. And she was like, yeah, man. And then the days and days, it's got crazier. until they called and said, yo, they're going to have to put her in hospice because there's nothing that they could do. They couldn't give her any medication at that point, real stuff. And she just kept hanging on, bro. It was like, yo, she going to probably pass away like 3 days from now, 2 days from now. Yo, she was there for a while. And then my aunt called me like, yo, you got to tell her to go.
You got to tell her to go?
Yeah, like, tell her it's okay to let go. Because she was like, almost in like, not a coma state, but not really responsive. But she would respond to me over the phone. Like if I called and they put the phone on her, she would try to talk. Boy, I cried like a baby, bro. I couldn't even have the courage to tell her. And, you know, she lived a long life. But, you know, we selfish in some ways. Like, we don't. Of course, yeah. You don't want to say, yo, you know what I mean, goodbye. I could, in this, you know, I was mad at myself that I couldn't tell her that. I wanted to tell her, and I should have probably told her. She hung on for like another night or two. But, yeah, it was just like, I couldn't do it. Even though I knew that was the best thing. Because she never wanted nobody like to wipe her up, clean up. Like she always wanted to, you know what I mean, be self-efficient.
Death is hard, man. Death is hard. Yeah. I remember when my mom's passed, my mom's was in the hospital for like weeks. And you know, like I'm not an emotional person at all. But like even that, it was tough, like just processing it, just watching this person wither away, and you know this person is gonna die. You understand what I'm saying? And just really processing the fact like, wow, I'm never gonna see this person again. You know what I mean? Like, yeah.
Well, shout out to Specs. Shout out to my cousin Specs. Yeah. Much love and respect to him.
Much love and respect, man.
Yeah. So that was, you know, that was my weekend, and then I went to go see my homegirl, go sing at this place called Brooklyn Music Museum. She was really good. Like she tore it down.
Okay.
Yeah. And I had a good time. I said police robot for the first time. Dog robot.
Yeah, you told me.
That shit was crazy. I was in the Bronx. I don't even know what the fuck. Only in the Bronx, bro. I was in the Bronx. And police robot was like just walking around. I was like, yo, this shit.
Wait, just literally just walking around?
Nah, they was doing like a raid or something. I pulled up on something going down crazy. Everybody's putting on their vest. I'm like, get the fuck. And then one nigga, you know, I hate the nigga that want to sit there and like slow down and watch. Yo, get the fuck out of here before somebody starts shooting. And I couldn't go nowhere. I was like in between two little small streets and cars. I'm like, I kept beeping this nigga horn. Yo, get the fuck, like, I don't want to be here. And then you see the robot. I'm like, yo, I gotta go, bro.
Yeah.
I gotta go.
Well, I just dropped a short film.
Oh, yes. Tell the people about that shit, man.
Called DID. It stands for Dissociative Identity Disorder. And I don't know. Like, literally, it was just something I was thinking about. An experience I had gone through a long time ago. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? With the whole situation with me, you know, with the bank and all of that. And
you was robbing the bank, right?
Just thinking about, and I can speak on it because
this nigga saying it like,
because I got caught
like
for
he
it.
Walked in the bank and just asked the teller for the wrong shit. No,
but
he said, give me your money.
But and I was thinking about that morning, and I was thinking about me fighting my old self, because originally the title of it wasn't going to be DID. It was going to be called Fighting the Old Me. You know what I mean? But I didn't think that was catchy enough, so I looked up what the psychological term was for split personalities, because it's like, you know, you're constantly fighting this person in your head, right? That's telling you to do all types of crazy shit. And I came up with that. A short, and I think I'm gonna make it episodic, so I'm gonna keep the story going because I think it's really interesting.
Debut. What happened?
You're gonna get your acting debut. Trust and believe, bro.
Fucking nigga, bro, and I'm not dying neither. By the way, fuck out of here, bro.
Nobody wants to die, bro.
No, I'm just saying not right.
Everybody dies.
Not right away, bro. You're not killing me off. Man.
Everybody dies.
Fuck out of here, man. Nah, but I watched it and I thought it was real good. You know what I mean. I thought it was, I don't want to give it away because it's only 7 minutes. So it's like, I don't know if I could talk about it because I think I tell the whole 7 minutes.
Yeah, you can't.
But y'all just got to watch it. It's good. My man did his thing, so shout out to Moe for that. I don't like something though. You know what I don't like? Like, I asked you to send it to me on WhatsApp so I could watch it for myself. Then you send it to me when the whole world got it. Treat me fucking special, bro. Treat me fucking special. For weeks, this nigga tell me about this shit he about to do. And then all of a sudden...
Well, I'm going to tell you this. I literally had finished it right before I uploaded it to YouTube.
I don't give a fuck.
Here we go. This guy always wants to feel special.
Can't let you read the script? Nah, he tried to give it to me.
I tried to get to him. He ain't want to read it.
Nah, I couldn't see it on his phone. You know,
that's
the
right.
iPhone don't. You know, I gotta open my shit a while.
He got to zoom.
He can't zoom on the shit.
His phone has the font of like what the 80-year-old people have.
I'm like, I know I can't see the shit. Take this shit out of here, bro. Fuck this nigga. But yeah, do that shit again. We fighting, bro. I'm just letting you know that right now.
Yeah.
And yo, do me a favor. Yo, Bills, give me my fucking hat, bro, before I fuck you up, bro.
Yo, Bills, get a nigga back his hat, because I've been hearing about this hat.
Bills, give me my fucking hat, bro. This nigga came to my crib and went through my hats and then tried to walk out my crib with my hat, son. Well, he didn't try. He actually did.
But no. You said.
I'm gonna fuck that nigga up, bro. Two old as shit hats, Bills.
Yo, this nigga's
my
two old as
fucking
shit
hat,
hats. Like, what?
This nigga got my hat, bro. Matter of fact, go find my hat and go buy a new hat and keep that shit and give me back my another hat, bro. Kill this nigga, bro.
What's the topics today?
I saw something crazy. I was wondering how all these niggas getting caught by ICE. And I was watching on the news, they saying like 80% of the niggas that get caught on ICE,
Somebody.
they friends or their families turning.
And it's crazy because that shit hit home because somebody I know in Jersey, ICE popped up at his crib and got him. Which is just kind of nuts, like, you know what I'm saying? Like you see it, but then somebody you actually know when that happens to, like, that shit really hits home.
Yeah, somebody probably told him that he knew.
I think somebody did.
Mm-hmm.
I think somebody did.
And if y'all turning y'all people in for money, you know what the thought that came.
Wait, they give you money for turning them in?
I think they probably get an award. And if y'all turn the people in, and to see the destruction that it causes the neighborhood, the kids, the family. That shit is crazy. That shit is sinister. Whoever calls somebody on somebody, y'all niggas is sinister. Y'all don't.
Hold on.
What happened?
What you was just talking about?
I'm doing it. Are you crazy, bro? This nigga's crazy. Listen, man. I ain't fucking with this nigga. Oh, shit.
Yeah, but seriously though, like, if. And this is the thing, like, it's okay to not like somebody, right? And it's okay to have disagreements, but to go to that length, bro, to cause that type of turmoil in somebody's life is, to me, that shit is bizarre,
yeah, that type of hate is different, bro.
It's bizarre. That type of hate is bizarre.
Let's leave a nigga alone, bro. Like, yeah, that type of hate is different, bro. I don't know. But yeah, they say 80% of the cold phone calls they get, because people was wondering, like, yo, how does ICE know where
people at? Like,
and it was like, yo, they friends are calling them niggas, like families. Yeah, family and friends.
Family and friends.
Yeah. So diabolical work, bro. Diabolical work, bro. Like, shit ain't no good, bro. Yeah, I'm laughing, but it's like, wow, friends like you, who need enemies? You know what I'm saying?
But that's why, you'd be surprised how many people have enemies right in their midst.
Right in their
midst,
right
bro.
next to you.
Yeah, right next to you. But you know what's so crazy? Let me tell you what's always bugged me out about that, right? A dude to be with you every day, not like you. Mm-hmm. Be with you every day, but call you a fake ass. Like, what?
Every single day, yeah.
Like, what? But I'm the fake?
It'll be bullshit out here, bro.
Like, because me personally, if I don't like somebody, my nigga, I don't want to be around you.
Yeah, it's bullshit, bro. Yeah, I don't know. You gotta be careful. But I think it's some hood good news. Couple years ago, I don't remember when, and I don't know the whole story. I just saw it briefly pop up on the news yesterday. Yes, it was yesterday. Yesterday. You remember the kid Junior?
Yeah.
That got killed.
Yeah.
A couple guys ran him down.
The young kid, 15 years old, 15 years old.
Yeah, and they killed him like in a bodega, right?
They did him.
They did him filthy.
It hurt to see that video, bro.
The video of that kid, like
15 years old,
little baby, a baby.
He's a baby.
A baby, and it was like
grown ass man, 21, 22, 23, 25 years old. They slaughtered him.
They slaughtered this.
They slaughtered him.
They killed this kid. And it was like a girl involved. I think she had like a boyfriend, and he wasn't even the boyfriend.
She should have went to jail.
And I guess he resembled the boyfriend, and so the boyfriend had did something to her, and she blamed it on him. He wasn't even the person
he didn't do nothing
that offended her in any kind of way.
And he was a good kid.
And apparently they say he was a great kid. And yeah, man, But, listen, karma's a motherfucker sometime, bro. And one of the dudes, they found him dead in jail.
In jail, yeah.
Yeah, in the cell. They said he was unconscious.
It is what it is.
Like he was strangled or some shit.
What it is. Don't get me wrong. All life is precious, but karma's a bitch.
And karma's a bitch. And not only that, niggas is tough outside. And then you go inside the prison. And then you find out there's more niggas tougher than you.
You know what's the realest thing I ever said? Everybody's a gangster until a gangster walks in the room, bro.
And unfortunately, that's what happens. So for all y'all young boys that think y'all tough and y'all think it can't happen to y'all, it ain't no guns in jail, bro.
Nope.
Yeah, a lot of y'all
most of y'all can't fight.
Most of y'all can't fight.
Most
a lot
of y'all
of y'all niggas ready to go shoot somebody. You're going to get the burner. You're going to clap a nigga. You're going to boom him. You're going to do all that. But when you get to jail, guess what's going to happen? You don't have a gun. You can't boom them up. Then you got to do this.
Didn't you send me the video of dude in jail crying?
Crying? Yeah. I didn't know what the fuck was happening to him. He would have got beat up on GP because he was just making too much noise. He was just annoyed. But yeah, I can't think y'all tough. And then y'all go to jail, and it's a whole different story. You know what I'm saying? Some of y'all, I seen a lot of people go to jail, and they come out fucked up. Or don't make it out. So, be thoughtful on what you're gonna do and how you're gonna do it. You know what I'm saying? So when you're trying to hurt somebody else, jail's a real place. It's a real place. Real quick, and I just want to hit this since we in the jail spectrum. It's a celebrity news. Dylan Brooke from the Rockets. I think he just got traded to the Suns, right? I believe he got traded to the Suns, right?
Sons or the daughters?
No, shut up, man. This guy's crazy. He had to get a restraining order on his girlfriend.
I saw that.
Because she threatened his moms and then threatened to cut off his fingers so he couldn't play basketball no more. Now, that's a diabolical kind of girl, bro. That's real diabolical.
But do you take that seriously? Because, no, and I'm just saying.
Threatening my moms is ridiculous. I'm not even playing that. We're not even playing.
Nuts. But I'm just saying.
My fingers before you threaten my mom.
But I'm just saying, like, as a man, like, sometimes you go, I'll fuck you up. You're like, get the fuck out of here.
Until you in the kitchen arguing with her and your hand on the counter and the knife just slams down on your fingers and you can't shoot the rock no more. But, and I think, for me, I think men should really call
domestic violence?
Yeah, when you have that domestic violence, because, I seen Queens Flip. Shout out to Queens Flip. I seen him put this shit up the other day, and it really upset me, man. For me, it was some girl. I know we're talking about Dylan Brooks, but
that moment went viral.
Yeah, it was some girl, like the guy bumped into her or something like that.
She threw the drink at him.
She swung on a nigga.
Yeah.
And I know how Queens Flip found both of them, but he finds them, like, bring them together and put them in a Sprinter. And she's like, yeah, I was just drunk that night, it was blah, blah, blah. And the dude was like, to me, he did some sucker shit.
He apologized.
No, he didn't apologize. He was just like, I understand why you was like that.
What is there to understand?
Right, it was there to understand. And I'm sitting there, and I'm saying, this is why the balance is off, right? The balance is off because you got to be accountable for your actions. And I said in the comment, like, if that was a guy that threw a drink in a girl's face and swung on her like that.
Yeah, they would have never forgave him.
But the people in the comments was like, yo.
He's a great guy.
Yo, he's a great guy. Yo, that's dope. Oh, they putting heart emojis. And I'm like, what? And this is the problem why you still got the violence. One nigga did write a comment I love, though. He's like, she had to give me some top first. I agree with that. You can't swing on me like that. You want to make up? Yeah, come on, give me some top first.
Yeah, I mean, there's no excuse for acting that way because then what if he defended himself? Then he would have been wrong.
Wrong. Yeah. So listen, man. I ain't really like that.
But I will say this, man. With great power comes great responsibility. Mm-hmm. We are the stronger gender. Mm-hmm. You understand? And with great power comes great responsibility.
Listen, I wasn't mad to hear you knock out. That's not what I'm saying. I was more mad at the comments was like,
I get it,
smiling and happy. And like, what?
Yeah,
like,
no. Like, because it's not enough for her to say. But then again, she was apologetic, though. I'll give her that much, right?
Well, that shit looks sorry, man. That nigga shit, that sorry shit that came with some head. Fuck out of it.
Okay, and what was that going to say?
It made it for everything.
Yo, head fixes everything in this guy's book.
It does, man.
Yo.
It does. Head fixes everything. Remember that lady? Head fixes everything.
Yo.
You know what I'm saying? What else we gonna get into real quick? Oh, talking about head getting into everything. So I was in the crib, a couple of homeboys was over. Bills, when he stole my hat, we was in the crib. Fuck, yo, Bills, give me my fucking shit, bro. Fuck you up.
Yo, Bills, keep that.
Yeah, all right. Yeah, all right.
You ain't getting that back, bro.
All right, cool. Bills left something at my crib. I'm not even selling it. I'm just gonna throw it in the dumpster, bro. Like,
Yo, son, you too hurt over this hat,
I don't give a
bro.
fuck, man. Yo, and niggas act like, cause it's a hat. No, it's a principle and it's mine. I don't lend out my shit. I'd rather buy you your own hat, nigga. Like, if you want a hat, all right, come on, go buy you a hat. Like, fuck out of here.
I want a hat.
Go pick a hat you want, bro. Go ahead. Go ahead, pick any one of those shits you want. That green one right there.
This guy's been talking about this hat for like a week. Yo,
she got me tight, bro. She got me tight.
Yo.
But anyway, we was in the crib and all of us was talking, like this men talk, you know what I'm saying? And one of my peoples, I don't even want to say his name because that nigga got mad scrutiny in his house right now. I don't want to start no trouble with this nigga. So I don't want to start no trouble with this nigga. But the nigga was like, yo, my girl want to fuck every night, bro. Like, she be trying to get it, man. I just
and
can't.
that's a complaint?
And the niggas is like, yo, nah, I can't just, I don't want to hit her every night. And I'm like, hit her? Like, what do you mean? And the nigga was like, yo, it was a new chick. My shit just pop up for a new chick.
Men like variety.
And I said, you know something? And every guy in the crib was like, yeah, if you had a new chick, I could do 2 new chicks every day or twice in one day. But if it was your chick and she probably wanted 3 times in one day, 3 times the next day, you like, come on, man. Come on, man. Like,
But that's just the way men are wired, bro.
Yeah, this is crazy. I don't know why we like that. That's
the way men. But I'll be honest with you, like, low sex in relationships is more because of the woman than the man, bro.
Yeah, sometimes. And
sometimes? Most times.
Most times. But women do reach a point where they got their sexual drive. Like, you might catch them and they get crazy on you. But I will admit, if you find a new chick,
oh yeah, of course,
you got new vigor. Like, you just ready. And it's not that you want her.
Nope.
It's just like, yo.
It ain't got nothing to do with.
It got nothing to do with.
It ain't got nothing to do with love.
You just want to bust her ass. That's it. Like, that's it. You try to go dump dick. That's it. You know what I'm saying? So, hold on a second. What happened?
Y'all locked them up.
No, they said they going somewhere. They locked us in.
Oh.
Bitch ass niggas. Yeah, but yeah, I would tell you that. So that was kind of crazy, me seeing that.
I have a question for you. Just something that just popped up. So parents always defend the child who does the least for them, and the one who does the most gets taken for granted. You agree with that?
Yeah, I 100% agree with that.
For real?
Yeah, but I think there's a reason why that happens. I think it's just like you said, with more power come more responsibility. And I think the kid who's stronger or who got their shit together, the other kid get like,
that kid needs more.
More nurture. So
he needs more. It's almost like, I know you can take care of yourself. We don't got to give you all of this in order to keep this. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
In no disrespect, I think all my brothers, we all strong in different areas, but I think my mom, one, because I'm the oldest, and one, like, I'm her go-to kid for certain things. Mm-hmm. So, like, even when I argue with my brothers, sometimes even when I'm wrong and my brothers are shouting and I'm shouting, she'll bark on me first, like, go over there. I'm like, what? You didn't hear him?
Yeah, but you know what's crazy? Like, for me, it was I'm the youngest. Mm-hmm. My mother always favored my older brothers. Always.
You was the ugliest, so
no, for real. Like, I was the darkest. I was the black.
Stop, man. No,
yo, bro.
Bruno, you damn near the same complexion.
No, we're not. Bruno's way lighter than me, first of all.
Smoke. Stop.
Oh, my God, bro. No, I'm telling you. Seriously. I mean, look, these are the issues in West Indian families. Colorism is a real thing, bro.
I know it is, but
it's a real thing. Yeah. And it's a real thing, I'm not mad at it, though. I love my moms. Love my mommy.
Yeah, but I can see why that's a thing.
But why is that in general that people, and they always say this, you always hurt the ones who love you most. Why is that?
I think we hurt the ones that love us most. I don't think it's that you hurt the ones that love you most. I think what happens is you take it more offense for somebody that you love the
Well,
most.
it's also easier to hurt someone. The more someone loves you, the easier it is to hurt them.
That's what I mean. So yeah, I think that's the case. You know what I mean? I think sometimes, you know, we go through things with people that we really care about, so it stings some more. You could have had the same argument or the same
and you wouldn't even
disagreement with
care.
somebody else, and
You
you didn't
wouldn't
even care. But because it came from someone that you truly love and care about, it sting a little bit different. So, you know, yeah, I can see that. We do that sometimes, and sometimes we got to be mindful, especially the person that's hurting that other person. Got to be, yo, he or she just love me, man, and I got to be mindful. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you got to give that person grace, and you got to have patience. Sometimes we think that people are super sensitive, but you know, we totally overlook the fact that, yo, that person loves you, like to death. So because of that, the littlest thing you say affects them.
Yeah, but sometimes I think some other people on the opposite end of that spectrum gotta have like some tough skin too. Like, you can't make everything a person say to you affect you. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you gotta be like, you know, you gotta take it on the chin.
Grace
you know
has to be given on both sides.
Both sides, yeah, definitely have to be grace given on both sides. Talking about that, that's crazy because in another celebrity topic, I seen Scarlett talking about, you know, she had a family member who she supposedly just kept looking out for, like give a person some money here, give a person some money here, and she was like, "Yo, why is it like every time when you can't do something for a person,
first time you say no, it's like you never did nothing.
Like you never did nothing for them, and that's a big problem. Like I don't know if just our community, just period. You know, a lot of times you do something for a person, and that one time you can't look out for them. It's like,
all
yo,
of a sudden, you're the worst person in the world.
Worst person in the world. Not only that, it's the most serious time for them in their life. Like every time it's serious. There's no time it's like, all right, now you got it, cool. You looked out for me these 2 times. And you know, when I saw that topic, it just resonated with me because, you know, sometimes you be there for people, you go hard for people, you do countless things. You go over mountains for people.
Bruh.
And then as soon as you tell, and sometimes it be the stupidest shit. Like, yo, I can't give you my hat. They want to fight you.
Bruh. Back to the hat. Yo, this nigga with this hat, man.
I'm joking on that one.
No, but for real, no. But you absolutely right, because I know in my experience, like I've had people that I've been there for over and over and over and over again, and then, you know, and I have to shout out. I want to shout out a friend of mine. He'll know who he is, right? And the reason I'm gonna say this is because I had a friend of mine who, at a point in time, he had come to live with me, right? He had lived with me probably for like a year or whatever, and then it got to a point where I was moving, and when I was moving, and the reason I came to him was because I felt like it got to a point where I was enabling him, right? And I'm like, yo, bro, I'm moving, but you can't move with me. Like, you're gonna have to figure this out now. And it wasn't because I didn't want him to come with me, because if I would have moved and he wasn't able to figure it out, I'd have told him, come. But I just needed him to make the effort. You understand what I'm saying? And when I said this to him, like, you know, he got up, he did what he had to do, whatever. And I remember telling him this, like, coming to him months after, and I was like, yo, bro, I want to thank you, you know. And he was like, thank me for what? I said, I want to thank you because when I came to you, when I said what I said, you never took it anyway. Like, you understood where I was coming from, right? He was like, nah, bro, like, I was grateful for what you did. You understand? And I respected that so much because so many people, bro, it doesn't matter what you do. The second when you're like, nah, nigga, now you're going to have to figure it out. You're the worst person in the world. And I just think that spoke to him as a person, bro. Like I truly appreciated that because, you know, like, that's my homie. I got mad love for him. And I never wanted him to interpret that as me not giving a shit about him because, like I told him, I said, bro, like, once you made the effort, if you couldn't figure it out, I'd have told you come right back to me. You understand what I'm saying? 100%. But I needed you to make that effort first because I saw you getting comfortable and I didn't want you to get comfortable. I needed you to go out there and figure it out. Like,
yeah. No, I totally get that, man. You know, I totally get that. And I can appreciate that story. Because, like you said, some people would have just really took that like, yo, that nigga,
yeah,
like,
exactly.
You've been living here for 2 years. Like, what are you talking about?
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So,
exactly.
Yeah, you know, listen, when people do something for you and when they can't do something for you no longer or they can't do it at that time, Don't be upset at them, man. You know what I mean? Think about how many times they did look out for you before you think about the one time they didn't. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I say to that. This was an interesting story, man. And what's the name, the chef name?
I don't remember. You talking about the one that died?
Yeah.
What was it, like Kia Cole or something? Wait, yeah,
Cole, her last name was Cole.
Yeah, I'm going to pull it up.
Quetta?
It was like Keita Cole or something like that. Hold on. I'm going to pull it up right now.
I won't say her name.
It's Keita Cole.
Quetta? That's how you say it?
Keita.
Keita?
Yeah.
Yeah, Cole. You know what I mean? I saw the story on the internet, you know. Condolences to her family and stuff like that. But they said she worked so hard. She worked 7 days a week. She had her own catering company and stuff like that. And she's like, she had to take a day to go rest and like took a nap and didn't wake up for 3 days. Never woke up. And, you know, it's very important for us to go grind and do what we got to do. But you got to
Team no sleep.
Yeah, no. Stuff like that don't even make no sense, right? Because you got to rest for your body.
That's social media, bro.
For your body to repair itself, for your body to move efficiently, you have to get sufficient rest. You know what I mean? So for those that's, like he said, team no sleep, for those, you know, I could rest when I die. No, you got to get rest while you're alive so you can continue fighting the good fight. You know what I mean? So, you know, I know all y'all want to put your best foot forward with your companies, especially you entrepreneurs, and you got things you want to do. Especially even some of you mothers out there, because shout out to all the great moms that got the kids that just keep going nonstop. You got to take time out for yourself. You got to take time out to, you know, recharge so you can go.
I ain't gonna lie, like, bruh, you know, like when I had Avery, like Avery was 90%. That is no joke, bruh. Waking up 4 o'clock in the morning for them early morning feedings, you know what I'm saying? Like, them kids are no joke. Doing that on your own is not a game, bruh. It is not at all, man. At all. So shout out to all the single moms, man.
Single moms, everybody that's working overtime, man, please get some rest. You know, I was talking to my brother, he on the job, he doing mad overtime, because, you know, he work on those jobs like, I think the best 3 years of the time that you got, like the money you make, you get, they kind of put those 3 years together.
Doubles and all of that.
And you get that, but you get that when you retire.
Oh.
So I see, you know, sometimes he come home or he don't come around, and I'm like, where you been at? Oh, I'm doing crazy overtime because I'm like,
doing doubles and triples.
Yeah, like, yo, bro, chill out, bro. Get some rest, bro. Like, chill out, man. I ain't see you in like 4 or 5 days. He be calling me from the jail. Yo, what's up, man? I'm just checking in. I was like, yo, this nigga is crazy. Come home, bro. So,
yo, B.O., what up?
Man, get some rest, bro. Get some
rest, B.O.
Get some rest. You know what I mean? So, and that's another thing. You don't want to keep burning yourself out, and you can't even see the fruits of your labor.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You know how many people died and get to see the fruits of their labor? And guess what? To Miss Cole, you know, you passed away, and it's unfortunate. And all those people you were servicing with your great food, they still eating. You know what I mean? You could take a rest for a day or two. You know what I mean?
Yeah, bro. Stress is a mother.
You know, just to New York City. I know, y'all not in New York City, but I think this is something for across the world. But New York City, they call it a subtropical climate now, because the weather is like, it don't really get really crazy cold here. It don't really snow. We get a lot of rain.
Don't snow?
No, we don't get snow out here. We got snow twice last year. Yo, listen, for a homeowner, I buy salt every year. My nigga, the last 3 years, I never even finished the salt.
Yeah, bro, you're telling me it doesn't snow out here?
No, it don't really snow no more like that. Yeah.
We've had some snowy days.
No, bro.
Styles.
No. I got to shovel every time. I shoveled 1 time this year, bro. Last year, I shoveled 1.5 times.
Oh, no.
We don't have snow.
Because I know we've had some cold-ass days,
I'm talking
bro.
about in the last 4 or 5 years. We haven't.
Yeah, we haven't had no cold days?
No, we had cold days.
This is what I'm saying.
But cold
like,
and snow, like the climate is changing. Do you notice that we get more rain now?
I can agree that the climate is changing.
We get a lot more rain in New York City.
It still get cold as.
No, definitely get cold.
And it gets hotter now.
Yeah, they call it a subtropical climate in New York City.
I don't think it's subtropical, because I think New York definitely has seasons, right? Like,
nah, bro, this ain't nothing. Yo, bro, go back to '96. You remember the snowstorms that we used to get? We could keep us out of school for weeks, for days.
But it still gets cold as hell.
Cold and snow and rain, those are different things. Yes, it's getting cold, Mo, but like I told you, I own a crib. I buy a certain amount of salt every year. My nigga, do you know I just had to throw away 3 buckets of salt? Oh no, you helped me with the ACs. I had to throw the same place we put the AC at. I had to put that salt at. You know what I mean? Because it all went to waste. Because I don't use salt anymore like that, bro. Mm-hmm. And we've been having a lot of rain, a lot of heat. Like they said, it's starting to become a subtropical climate. So we'll see. You know what I mean? But I know the weather ain't the same that it used to be. You know what I mean? So, we'll see. And in other news, if you want to live long, they're saying go to Japan. They have 95,000 people. Remember, look what I said, 95,000 people that live in Japan that's over 100.
Over 100? I don't know if I want to live over 100.
Nah, but they living good, though. Yeah, they moving. I
don't know if I want to live over 100.
Why not? If you could, they say in the next 5 years, most people, you're going to have a choice whether you can live over 100 and be healthy.
I don't know.
Why not? If you're in a great world, why not, bro? Come on,
I don't
man.
know if I want to live over 100, bro.
All right, cool.
To be honest with you.
I'll be out here. Still be out here doing what I do, you know what I'm saying? Getting to it. But, so if you want to live in Japan, they said because of their eating culture, what they eat, the food and all that, the
definitely.
air, the
Plus
pollution.
Plus, this stuff is natural. You know, they eat a lot of white rice.
And there's a lot. It's 80%, I think it was like 88% women that's living.
Living over 100.
Living over 100.
Yeah, they live a very peaceful life. It's all about feng shui.
It's feng shui, you know. Get your what you call that, your yoga on and your feng shui on.
That's what I'm saying.
You know what I mean?
Peace.
You know
Peace,
what I mean?
man. Stress kills, bro. That
you know
cortisol.
What I mean? Well, in America, they say, across the world, not just America, 80% of sex workers are female.
I could believe that.
I could definitely believe that. That's the oldest profession, you know what I'm saying?
Men pay for attention
Men
more
pay
than
for
women
attention.
do, right?
I wish I could be a sex worker for
I mean,
the ladies.
unless you're talking about Diddy. Diddy pays for more men than he does women.
I'm still shocked. I'm still shocked he put the sperm on his chest. I don't understand that.
That shit is wild.
I didn't understand. But even in Diddy news, they deliberate.
Oh, the jury's deliberating.
Yeah. So maybe by the time
I hope he comes home though.
By the time this next week, look, I think Diddy's a creep in a lot of ways. He did some real crazy shit.
But why is he a creep though?
No. I think I'm not saying that. Listen to what I'm saying. I don't think he's guilty of the charges that they have him on.
Yeah, I don't even think he's a creep, bro. Like, let me tell you something. As long as you find people that are okay with doing what you want, and you're not forcing anybody, I don't think there's nothing wrong with that. But that's the problem. People say
that he was forcing them, but I also think hold up. I just think people also are now. I think people take advantage of situations. I don't think that's true. I think a lot of people was there for what it was worth.
Yeah, they were there for the benefits.
For the benefits, and then when it don't benefit you no more, now you complain and say whatever. But that's an age-old argument. Some people gonna be like, no, he persuaded them with his money and this. No, I also think people are greedy. You know what I'm saying? And people want to be famous, and people want to have money, and people want to be next to those types of people.
Let me tell you something. This is something I always said, right? If I catch, God forbid, if I catch 3 boys in my house with my daughter, I wild out. Why? Because they violated my house. You shouldn't be in my house. If I catch my daughter in another boy's house with 3 boys, what can I say? What can I say?
They persuaded her.
No, come on, bro. Like, do you understand what I'm saying? Like,
I get what you're saying, but the world don't see it like that, you know. And listen, I just think like I said, with the charges that he has on.
God, please, never, please.
Never let that happen.
I don't got to worry about that. I got good kids, man.
Yeah. But listen, man, we'll see this time next week what happens, and hopefully we'll be coming back and tell you. We can definitely tell you the news.
What's that welcome home party gonna be like?
I don't know, man. I wouldn't have no parties for that nigga. If that nigga came home, that nigga
ain't nobody go.
That nigga go chill the fuck
No more
out.
white parties?
Chill the fuck. Let me ask you a question.
What's up?
Let me ask you this question about just thinking about that. Let's say that was like me and but our friendship, and would you come to court for a nigga?
What type of question is that, bro?
Yo, I can't believe none of these niggas came.
What type of question is that?
None of these niggas, nobody.
You already know the answer to that. Nigga, I don't give a goddamn.
I think a lot of people are owned by...
Matter of fact, I came to court just so I could be like, you be wildin'. Yo, I'd have been in the stands looking at you like.
Yo, none of that nigga.
Yo,
now, how not one of your people's like your people?
But that goes to show that they weren't really friends.
Now, it's not that they're not really friends, or they don't want to get caught up and get the backlash, and people stop messing with them.
Bro,
different corporations,
unless
people that sponsor them.
You're involved in a way. Listen to me, bro. Unless I'm involved in a way that it can expose me to charges, there's no way I'm not showing up. If that's your man,
if that's your man, I would have showed up for my man. Like I would have showed up. I'd have been there.
Like that to me, that makes no sense. Because how about this? And you and I both know this. When you get locked up, when the attorney comes to the little booth, what's one of the things he asks you? Who are you going to have in the courtroom? Because that tells the judge something.
I remember when I got locked up, I remember the whole courtroom stood up.
But this is what I'm saying.
And that judge let me off on my own recognizance.
Because that reflects on the judge. That people actually give a damn about you and you ain't a piece of shit.
Yeah, I don't understand that, man. I really don't understand. If Diddy does come home.
Notice his kids, they in there every day. His mom's is in there every day. Like
you gotta change your friends.
Did he need to? No, you have no friends. You have no friends.
Yeah. And I think that's probably even more hurtful than even being in jail.
G-Dep showed up though. G-Dep showed up the other day.
And Kanye was there.
Yeah, G-Dep went to see him. Went to show up for one of the days.
Yeah,
which I respect, like, because regardless of whatever, bro, that man gave you an opportunity to change your life.
Listen, man. I don't know if he's gonna get off, and the only reason I'm not saying I don't think the charges are the right charges, but I ain't never really seen a black man that get sexual charges that's in that caliber,
and get off.
You know what I mean? They all went to jail somehow, some way. So
I mean, Irv Gotti beat it.
Nah, but not for no sexual shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I mean, but it wasn't really. It was a RICO. Irv Gotti was getting hit with a RICO.
Yeah, but this shit is different, man. This whole trial got me confused, bro. I
don't.
And I hate talking to people about it because I be making common sense and they telling me what they feel. And I'm like, yo, you're emotional about this. Look at the charges. They don't make any sense. Nobody's ever been charged like this before. And he don't have no children on this case.
But that's what I'm saying. Like
people don't understand.
We kept hearing about all of this. Oh, he has tapes on celebrities. None of that has come out, bro.
The RICO shit, but even the RICO shit, like with the sex trafficking and the prostitution, he didn't benefit no money. He didn't make no money off of it.
No.
Where's the enterprise at? So he just had to like certain things just don't make sense legally to me. So, yeah, listen, man. Listen, maybe I don't know what I'm talking about.
Reaching.
We'll see. We'll see. But I don't think he's gonna come over anyway. I don't know, man. I just feel like they don't let black guys go. So, and listen, I'm not telling you once again that don't exonerate him. I still think Diddy did some creepy shit to me. I think he did some shit with the Cassie shit, beating her up. Like that shit ain't never kosher.
That shit ain't cool. But if that's the case, then charge him with domestic violence and keep him moving.
Yeah, definitely. I'm just saying for them charges. You know what I mean? I don't know, but it is what it is. In other news, I did see this crazy thing, and I had to just address this real quick. I saw this guy. He was stealing some stuff from a store, some $10 glasses in a mall.
It was $10 glasses?
Yeah, I think it was in Texas. I think it was in Houston. I don't know. It was in Texas somewhere. I think it's Houston. And he sold some $10 glasses. And he was running from whoever was chasing him.
Ice.
And he dropped on Ice though. He jumped from like a story or two-story balcony in the mall. You know when you look over the edge of the mall, dropped on that. And he didn't even jump on like some wood floor or some carpet floor. He dropped on a skating rink.
Skating rink on ice.
Yo, both of his legs just went like this. Yo, he had to be high on drugs. They parted ways. Yeah, so listen. One leg was running this way, one leg was running that way. And then he took out his phone like he was talking to somebody. Like,
as soon as it happened, like he just called somebody. I didn't understand that.
I don't even know if a nigga like that should go to jail. Like he gonna be a prisoner of his own legs messed up. And the $10 glasses, how long you gonna go to jail for $10? I don't even think that's a crime. Like
that's not.
Like a real
that's not even because that's not grand larceny.
Larceny, yeah, it's $10, bro.
That's not even a misdemeanor. But bro, you should have just got caught. Bro, you should have just got caught.
They were $10.
Nothing's gonna happen. You'd have got a ROR, release on your own recognizance.
Yo, $10, bro?
You broke both your ankles for $10.
Yeah, y'all got to be more smarter. You know what I'm saying? But, listen, man. That's our show for today.
That is our show for today.
Cause we getting out of here for the July 4th weekend. And I hope y'all enjoyed us today. And we be back the same bat time, same bat channel.
Thank you for tuning in to Brooklyn Boyz Radio. Wood Steezy, Sean Easy, Swizzle.
Yeah, shout out to Woodstack, man. Yo, Sonny, I need some more Only One, bro. I see y'all coming out with some joints, man.
And yo, go on YouTube and search DID short film.
Yeah.
Go check that out, man.
Yeah, check that out. Mo put out some new work finally.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Brooklyn.
Mentally in the dark space, bro.
Fuck this nigga. Brooklyn, we out, bro.